You never get into an argument. They seem to get along well with your friends and the family. Everything is just gushy.
Hunky dory.
But then there's that one day when you get comfortable and you have that one argument. And I feel like that's when truly the relationship begins, to be honest. Because now we're figuring out how each other reacts under pressure.
Exactly. Under pressure, looking down on you. I'm sorry, but I don't know why this all popped in my head. But for real, like, it seems like a lot of times, especially us as men, I have to throw us under the bus because sometimes when we get that pressure on us, we kind of fall short of the ability to keep up with our words and keep up to what we said when we first talked to you, or when we, put that ring on you. We sometimes fall because I think we as men, we over try something in the beginning. And so when we over try it, then once we've actually gotten you, it's like, oh my gosh, I had to do all that. Can I do this my whole life? So we start doubting ourselves on if we can truly make you happy the whole time. And so a lot of times we'll be like, can I do this? And so those empty words become stronger because it's like, dang, we're doubting ourselves. So now that doubt has forced our words that we said to become the empty things that we have done.
That does make sense. The thing is this is what I believe personally. Both genders, we can let ourselves down. But the thing is, for me, is if you start off authentic, and if you don't, like you said, the overpromising and all this stuff in the beginning, you let it be known what you can or can't do, or you say, maybe I can do it. So if your spouse is asking you something, can you run by the post office to mail off this very important letter? You know what I'm saying? I would rather you be like, to be honest, babe, or my manager been having me, kind of leave late lately. So I may miss it, miss going in there, and I know it's urgent. So maybe you want to do it so it doesn't fall by the wayside. Then you trying to be nice and then people please. And then you're like, oh, babe, you got you put the letter in there. You put the package in there.
Oh, you did that fax or...
whatever. And you need it. And then they're like, no, I'm so sorry. No, I wasn't able to get to it. My manager lately, she been holding us over, and I thought that today I would be able to kind of sneak out, but I wasn't. Then it's like, okay, like, you want to be understanding, and you're understanding the first time, depending on how serious the situation is. But if it becomes a pattern, you're like, bro, now you're lying to me. And then you have that resentment in a relationship because it's now I can't depend on you and I can't trust your word. And now I'm depending on you not to trust your word. So now I'm like, you say, I'm going to clean the house. You don't clean the house each and every time. I'm going to trust you not to clean the house when I get home. And I'm going to, and that's how I'll view the relationship, like, I don't trust you.
So what I'm hearing is the trust becomes reversed. It becomes a thing of, oh, I could trust you, but I could trust you to mess up. I could trust you to lie. I could trust you to cheat. I could trust you to be a bad person because this is what you showed me. So I know I could trust these things to happen, but what I can't trust is for you to love me. I can't trust you to take care of me, for you to be there for me when I'm down, for you to be there when I need a massage or when I just need a hug. You know, that just to make sure I'm catching it correctly. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. Like you said, the trust is reversed from I'm trusting you to be dependable. I'm trusting you to be a good support system. I'm trusting you to help be a cheerleader and a partner. Now I know, okay, I'm going to have to be independent on X, Y, and Z when originally, when we, say for example, you're planning to buy a property together.
Right.
And it was the agreement that what we're going to do is I'm going to buy the property. You do have that construction background. You're going to renovate it. And so I buy the property. It's sitting there for a month. And you said that as soon as I buy it, we're going to start the renovation so we can flip it and either turn it into an Airbnb or just sell it outright. And it's sitting there 1 month. And I'm like, babe, you gonna do? Oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. Right now, I'm just working on the plans or whatever. And so then I'm, okay, you're working on the plans. So I give you one chance. So then I'm like, say a few weeks. I'm like, okay, so can I see the plans of what you made?
Right.
And you're like, oh man, so much been going on. I forgot to do the plans. But you know what? I'm going to let you know. Few more weeks. Then it's turning to months or whatever. Still don't got the plans done. Now, the partner upset. Because now it's 4 months down the line. You said you were going to start on a renovation that we said we're going to do this project together because we're trying to have multiple streams of income. You're over here. I did my part. And that's where it causes resentment with the empty words because you're not having action. In the beginning, we here. Or I think we're here. I think we're on equal playing ground. We both have an agreement. And that's where the bitterness and resentment comes in a relationship. Then before you know it, you over here arguing over sour Skittles and gummy bears.
Sour Skittles and gummy bears?
At the movies. You know what I'm saying? Then you start arguing over stupid stuff because you have all that resentment left. Because it could be where I asked you for some sour Skittles. You say you're going to give me some sour Skittles to go to the movie. And that's the breaking point because this renovation was supposed to be done. And then the sour Skittles is the principle of the thing. It's not that you said you was going to bring me sour Skittles to the movies. This is the 6th or 7th time that you have not come through for me.
In that same situation.
It's the principle, not the sour Skittles. It's a principle of the thing.
The principle of it all.
The principle of it all. So that's why it's so important in relationships. And I believe with us, that's why I learned too. Because when I was, younger, in childhood, young adulthood or whatever, I'm 28, he's 30 right now.
Dang, put my age out there.
Put it out there for the people. They gotta know. They gotta know.
I'm old, guys.
They gotta know. I learned for a long time I used to people please. I'm just gonna be totally vulnerable. I would say I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I like to keep my word. So I would burn myself out. That's the other thing too. There's 2 things you could do. You could promise your partner everything, burn yourself out. Or you promise them everything and don't come through and burn your spouse out. Exactly. Because now they're picking up the slack. Like in the renovation example, I bought the house, you were supposed to do the renovations. Then I'm over here trying to either contract out to see, how much it will cost or what have you, to make the renovations, see if I can get a contractor, see what type of, do I need any permits, this, that, and the other. And I don't know that because that's not my expertise. My expertise is buying underdeveloped properties for a great price, but your expertise was renovation. And so now you're putting that on me, making me more stressful. And so then, it seems like a partner erupts out of nowhere. And then the other partner is trying to figure out why. The one with the empty words is because you burned them out because the promises you made
weren't kept.
And they're trying to keep the promise and their responsibilities of what they already had independently and as a couple. They're trying to do that in addition to the things that you failed to have accountability on. So now I'm even more burnt out. So now I'm cooking or what have you, and then I ask you to wash the dishes. You don't wash the dishes. Now I'm pissed. And now I want to throw hands because I'm like, okay, you're already not following promises. I'm already having to do things that were not promised. And
that were promised?
Now I'm about to blow up. And then you had arguments. Then the other person's like, they're confused about, like, why are we having this argument? This is stupid. This is over dishes or whatever. But you have to think about...
It's more than just the dishes.
It's more than just the dishes. That's why it's so important to know your limits.
Exactly.
And
this goes back to our very first episode. Conversation and healthy...
communication, transparency.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day... we cannot have a great relationship without open communication and transparency, because at the end of the day, if I'm not explaining to you why I'm not able to do something, then you're going to be mad because you don't understand why I couldn't. It could have been a good reason too. Oh, I'm not able to do this because I had to pay for us to get new tires. Oh, I'm not able to do this because I had to end up putting a new window shield in. And guys, these are things that actually happened to us one time. Well, we had unexpected stuff, but we communicated. And we were well versed on what the other person was feeling.
And that's the thing where the honesty comes in. Do not overburden yourself. Just in that renovation example, the person that was a part of the renovation was like, look, I don't think it's a good time to buy the property because I have X, Y, and Z right now. I have other contracts that I'm getting paid on right now that I'm working on. And I don't think a personal project right now is in the best interest. Or you can buy the property, but I just want to let you know I probably couldn't get to our personal project to probably 6 months. So then what's happening there? The expectation is there. And you know that, like, the expectation is there. And you know that, okay, I'm not going to feel bad. I'm not going to have bitterness because he told me ahead of time that when I bought the house, he can't start on it to 6 months. And then when you start on it in 6 months, you're not overwhelmed. She's not overwhelmed, vice versa. They're not overwhelmed because you were honest.
I got one for you. Healthy communication breeds healthy expectation.
I like that.
Clap for one.
I love you so much, even though you was nodding off.
Yep. Why you gotta expose me like that?
I have to expose you. That's why I was getting this Q-tip because I was about to throw it on you.
Look, if y'all don't know, I still have a 9 to 5, and Sometimes I get very, very tired.
But yet he be watching TV like he was.
No,